Harry. That other Harry, right? Yeah, it's so funny. They all do exactly the same thing that they say I'm doing, right? So it's just racism. And I can't, for the life of me, work out how he finds this thumbnail racist, right? Like, what? Why? Which one do you think I'm denigrating? The white person or the brown person? I think I'm presenting them both in a relatively positive light. It's contrasting the value. I think quite obviously contrasting the values of 2005 Britain to 2025. Right, 2009, she's got a Hamas flag hanging behind her and Queers for Palestine thing. That's a value. That's what British values are like in 2025. Right, you went back to 2005 and told people there'll be anti-Semitic, Jew-hating marches going through the cities of London, the cities of England, right, regularly, and Jews were not safe to walk, and they're not, right? People will be appalled, and then if you told them, oh yeah, and there's going to be two-tier policing, right? There's going to be Muslims will be treated one way, and then white people will be treated another way. They're like, don't be ridiculous. So essentially, there's been a hatred of British culture. And I think Doctor Who is very reflective of British culture. So I think that's why it's been in the toilet for the last 7 years or so, right? That's why it's been doing insanely bad. So anyway, this guy is Jean-Luc Harry. He's just a loser, right? I mean, bottom line, he's just a loser. So he puts, this is just for him to get clicks, and he was so happy. Oh, give me clicks, give me clicks. So I've sent out this response. Right, now it's lengthy, right? It's lengthy, but it's me talking, which is kind of like the same thing. Father Miller said, Darren, I mentioned when I was on his team, he was thinking of you on a stream yesterday, but he realized it was Sam. Oh, man, I really got to stream with Father Miller again. Right? He was awesome. Anyway, this thing went down, so I sent out what I thought was a reasonably hilarious response. Now, very unadvisedly, he replied to me. I love it when they're too stupid to realize they're too stupid, right? So anyway, this is a lengthy thing. I'm really just going to let out. I'll interject, whenever I feel necessary. But again, it's the same thing. It's just me sort of. So I turned on my camera yesterday, like 10 minutes, spoke, and then posted on Twitter. Oh boy, did he ever freak out? Oh, you're wonderful. You people are just wonderful. Oh, God, you have no idea what great content this gives me. And also, when people like you spurg off, my subs go up, my views go up. So it's fantastic. For me, it's fantastic. I mean, okay, all that's true. And also, I want to point out, I think one of the most important things when you're dealing with a jumped up little prat is for them to understand how irrelevant they are. Especially this one, because that's really what was driving how irrelevant they are, and just how stupid you think they are, like how they haven't got you in any way, shape, or form. Going over this thread in detail on Saturday, about 5:30, 6 o'clock your time. That's what we're doing. We're in right now. Okay. That was a bit of a prophecy. You want to come on and try and defend your batshit insanity? Oh, please. No, and I will not interrupt you. I'll let you talk, because for me, that's just good news. You're literally comedy gold, right? You are, because you're passionate insanity. Look, again, I'm very happy with the video. I do feel a bit narcissistic. With me playing video of me. Your worldview can stand up to absolutely no examination whatsoever. Like, case in point, this thing that's triggered you so much, why is it racist? Like who am I saying something derogatory about because of their skin color? I mean, genuinely, I don't know. Right? I don't know how you connect those dots. Is it Billy Piper? Right? Is it anti-white racism, or is it anti-brown people? But something else I should really point out. This is like I learned from the great Nerd Roddick, who does so well now, right? I'm like, look, I don't have any contact with him anymore. He's in the big leagues. Got millions of subscribers going forward. I'm very happy with him. But I remember one time he said, always remember what your prime social media is. Like, man, I look like having a shit there. Always remember what your prime social media is, which for me is YouTube, right? Even though I posted on Facebook, on the Twitter apps. or racism. I don't know. I don't think I was talking about either of these young ladies in a derogatory fashion. I thought we were talking about them in quite a complimentary fashion. I don't know. Like, both of them look pretty darn good to me. Now, if you want to say it's sexist, I could go along with that to a certain extent. Misogynist, not. I don't think there's any indication that I hate women. I mean, God, it's always losers who don't have girlfriends or wives or children who's call everybody sexist and racist, which I... Whoops. Hey, by the way, I was so on target for that, as it would turn out. Honestly, I've said this many times over. Most of toxic fandom, if they would just get laid, everything would be better. Okay. And it's not a bad-looking bloke, this guy. It's just he's got no game going on, obviously. I've pretty much described you, haven't I? Right? As it turned out, yes, I did. But okay, so and again, I love your sense of entitlement and your sheer stupidity that when you don't understand something, it's because you think it's because the other person is done something that doesn't make sense, and you're just not stupid, and you are. Oh God! So why do you think it's racist? It's because you're a racist. Your worldview, which is a progressive one, is inherently racist. You don't see people as people. You see people as collections of identities and collections of grievances because of their identities. It's disgusting. Now, a bit of preview. He does try and explain why it's racist, and he outs himself as being so incredibly racist. It's, I mean, like, really? Honestly, this guy, before he sent this video, and he sent it, by the way, just as Sabbath was about to start. No, because he did so much work on this response. He spent hours and hours and hours. I'm not even joking. You wait until you see it. He spent hours working on it. And he ends up, by the way, on this thing, doing a demo reel of all my best bits to illustrate how I'm a terrible person. I'm going to cut that out and use it as an ad for my channel. It's literally like, well, you'll see it. You'll see it soon, right? It's literally my best bits. Right? It's a disgusting and racist way to view the world, which is how you view it, right? And also, I think you're getting a little bit more bonkers because you see your whole worldview collapsing before your eyes. But anyway, let me explain the thumbnail. The first function of the thumbnail is to trigger people like you, again, because you're freaking hilarious. Oh, I can't thank you enough. And honestly, you know, to me, it seems more and more that the terror that people under 30 have in going out and interacting in a live situation is the key to what's destroying that generation. Like, I mean, this guy's the same age as my kids, looks like to me. And don't get me wrong, my kids are all massively high functioning, and still I go, like they're still, nobody wants to do anything in person or leave the house, right? COVID was not a good thing. To trigger people like you, but what this is actually saying, it's a commentary on the changing of the British values from 2005 to 2025. And I don't think it's for the better, right? If you went back in time 20 years and told someone in 2005 that, you know, it would be considered cruel not to tell a young girl not to amputate her breasts, or a young boy to amputate his cock and balls, essentially, because they believe they're the other gender, right? The opposite gender of what they physically are. And you're a Nazi if you oppose it. They'll go, you're insane, right? That's a major way British values have radically changed. And I think, really, again, that's really the bottom point of this. British values, Britain's a shithole now. And I don't get me wrong, I love Britain. And I think that's why Doctor Who is a shithole as well, because Doctor Who is on the cultural cusp. And Britain is just a shithole. And it became a shithole before my eyes. If you can remember back before 2017, right, women were able to walk in the streets of London without being afraid or being molested or groped or followed, right? Or any city in London. Not anymore. Again, Jews could walk through the streets without there being a problem. Jews can walk through the streets of like Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia, dressed as a Jew with, you know, wearing one of these, and have less trouble than you would if you walk through London. And that's crazy, but so true. Really for the worse, right? I just, it doesn't see, and it's also British value. They haven't really changed, right? The British public still will go, oh, that's disgusting, right? Equally, the British public generally are just insanely embarrassed by these racist marches that probably people like you would turn up to every week or as often as you can, screaming for the genocide of Jews from the river to the sea, right? Without knowing a damn thing about what you're talking about. And at the same time, as calling for genocide, you are accusing Jews of genocide. I mean, it's such archetypal anti-Semitism. And no, any criticism of Israel is not anti-Semitism. Any malicious lying criticism of Israel is anti-Semitism. I'll give you an example. You probably say Israel's doing a genocide. Yeah. So, like, his point is that he was morally offended. We'll get to it. He was morally offended. No. The trouble is, again, England is a shithole now because of the values of this guy, right? Because of his politics. It's destroyed the country before our eyes. And again, most people who can remember before 2017, you know, as an adult, kind of feel that way because we can see it, right? Again, look, that's why I think Trump did so well in America, and I think that's why Trump is very popular in America. And I also think the midterms are coming up next year. They're normally the Democrats do whatever party loses the White House, somebody does better, regains ground in the midterms. They're not going. Look, America is gonna be flush with money like you wouldn't believe, right? America is going to get, like, the American economy is, I mean, already the tariffs are working a treat, right? The Canadians are all going bar humbug. They had like thousands, I think, laid off from the steel industry because it's too expensive to make steel in America and ship it with a tariff to, say steel in Canada and ship it with a tariff to America. It's cheaper to pay Americans to make their steel in America, and that you have all these new manufacturing plants opening up all across America for that very reason, right? The American economy is going to be insane. Oh, man. I mean, look, there's going to be a wobble switching over, but it's going to be insane. Why every time I stop, do I look like I'm having a shit? Look at that. In Gaza, to the poor Palestinians. Oh, no. No, actually, they're really not. They could do, but they're not. I'm somebody with genuine first-hand knowledge. No. Like for a fact that you're maybe unaware of, right? There have been about 40,000 people killed, which is a large number. About 20,000 more Hamas. That's pretty darn good. More Hamas get killed, the better. I am ecstatic for them all to die. Quite frankly, die in agony. I would love that after October the 7th. Yeah, no problem. I remember once Mehdi Hussein, like the vehement anti-Semite guy, commenter, he was on CNN, right, with the Jewish guy. And the Jewish guy makes a joke about the pagers, right? Do you remember the incredible pager operation when we blew the balls off a bunch of Hezbollah and basically destroyed Hezbollah? It was like, and they're terrified of us now. Oh, during Nasrallah's, their former leader's funeral, Israel flew jets over the top. And the Americans said we should have just bombed them there. I'm like, well, we really should have listened to them, right? How to get to Nasrallah? The Lebanon pager operator. Oh yeah, Mehdi Hassan, right? So his pager goes off, and the Jewish guy quotes, "Oh, is that a pager? Is that pager from Hamas or Hezbollah?" He freaks out, right? Said, Jew, hey, do you think it's good to kill me? And CNN obviously sides with them because they're leftist pieces of trash. And what the guy should have said, I screamed at the screen at the time, he said, if you're a terrorist, yes, I think it's good for your eye to be blown off, or your balls to be blown off, your hand to be blown, or for you to be killed, right? If you are a terrorist, yes, I think all that is a good thing. Whatsoever with that, right? However, in war, there is always civilian casualties. Did you know how many civilian casualties are acceptable to the British or the Americans in very similar combat conditions, say Desert Storm? The British and Americans would normally kill between 4 and 8 civilians for every enemy combatant, right? The Israelis, and there's been no other country that has achieved this low level of civilian casualties. It's 1-to-1, and that's even using the bullshit Hamas figures, right? Where they say everybody is killed is a baby, oh, the children. Yeah, when they say children, are you talking about 19-year-olds with Kalashnikovs, or are you talking about 3-year-olds with teddy bears? See, again, this guy, this crusader for morality, I guarantee you, right? I guarantee you, he's been around intense anti-Semitism because that's what his social circles are. And you know, they say Zionists publicly, they say Jews privately, and everybody who's not Jewish, who's English, knows exactly what I'm saying. Knows I'm telling you 100% the truth. They say Zionists publicly, they say Jews privately, and not so much privately anymore, right? This guy never cared a bit, right? Never did say anything. Why? Because this is not about morality; it's about fashion, right? He feels that, and I can't see how this is a racist thumbnail in any way, but I can't wait to show you his explanation. I don't think I even heard it, right? I was just too busy laughing too much. I'm not even joking. I really was. It's the 19-year-olds with Kalashnikovs, generally speaking. But anyway, again, you are happy for people to walk down the street and scream for the genocide of Jews, and you feel virtuous about it as well. So that's what the commentary is on how radically the values of Britain have changed, and the British are not really happy with it. No one's really happy with it. Like, have you noticed how pretty much everything in media is failing because it's, for want of a better word, woke, right? Yes, that's what's going on. People are not interested. Did you notice Donald Trump won a massive landslide in America and is experiencing the highest popularity of his political career? When I say did he notice, is it constantly on your mind? Does the word Donald Trump come across your mind every 24 seconds? If on a lengthy pause between the two iterations of Donald? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. They're all upset. Still, months later, while the opposing was the Democrats are just lost. They are at their lowest levels ever. My point is this: back in 2005, we didn't live in a racist country. We didn't live in a bigoted country. Nobody cared about your sexuality. Nobody cared about your skin color. We just looked at people as people. Right? We didn't look at them as objects, which I think you do. And again, I think your outlook is so inherently racist. And again, the third part, why is it so heavily sexual? It's because the current era of Doctor Who is intensely sexual, but it's queer sexuality. So this is heterosexual sexuality. You seem to have no problem with all the queerness in Doctor Who. So why would you have a problem with heterosexualness? It's because you're a mindless bigot, right? Essentially, that's what this is saying. But mostly it's there to trigger you and to point to your worldview and say how absolutely failed and hilarious it is. Again, I do want to point out there. Generally speaking, being a twat to somebody is not a good thing, right? I would say that. But I think it's very important to mock evil, right? Because the best thing you can do to evil is mock it, right? So you can take the piss and show how stupid it is. Because there's nothing more depowering than parody, right? It destroys something. And again, you're going to see, oh my God, he does literally everything wrong in his response. And how is this racist, right? It's a real. If you want to come on my channel and explain yourselves, it would be great. Again, I won't interrupt you. I'll let you go because for me, it just worked out well. And this little brave soul, James with the many emojis in his bio, he posted this. The relaunch also had a white teen blonde lead literally last year. Yeah, but why are you obsessed with skin color? Why are they obsessed with skin color? I mean, really, God, look at all the things in his bio. Again, I'm comparing 2005 to 2025. But, that the fact that Verada see-through is brown, her skin is brown, and Billie Piper's skin is white. What, again, how is that an issue to you, right? How is that the defining issue? Like, again, I think you're just racist. I understand it's because you're a racist, right? What's her skin color got to do with it, right? And you're shoehorning in a second companion as a comparison. No, I'm comparing the 2005 launch to the 2025 launch, right? And how Britain has radically altered its value system, again, much to the chagrin of most of the Britons, right? Yeah, and again, I've said this before. I love the way that their stupid lack of understanding they translate into, oh, the other person's stupid because I don't understand it. They must be stupid, not like me. You well know the companion after Rose was black, Martha. And honestly, do you think I don't like somebody because they're black? That's just weird. Why? What would bother me with it? I don't understand. Why would I be upset if somebody's black or somebody's gay or James, this is a real question. And it is. It's a real question to all the hate watchers out there. And they're watching. Oh, boy, are they watching. It's a genuine question. Like, why wouldn't I like somebody because they're black? I don't understand. Like, I think the role of James Bond should be played by a white person because the character is from an ancient English aristocratic family who are all exclusively white. That doesn't mean I hate black people. It doesn't mean I don't think a black person can be a kick-ass spy. I just think this white person is a white person, right? And I think that's kind of core to its character. Now, if you want to say, like, in the 70s, a bunch of Nigerians came into the gentry, right? That's fine. But at that point, the character's so divorced from the original one, make a new character. But they don't want to make a new character. They want to, like, be a cuckoo, right? And just like grab what those ancient characters, those iconic they grab the work the iconic characters have done and use it to put their ideology on. I don't understand it. For your graphic to be accurate, it's not supposed to be accurate. It's supposed to be entertaining. You would have to have. Can you not write Freeman Adjuvant and rather season next year? No, yeah, that's if you don't understand the thumbnail, and you don't understand the thumbnail because you're a dummy. Anyway, as I said, I'm going over this on my live stream on Saturday. You're more than welcome to join right now. Well, that's what's happening right now. I tell you, the prophecy in action. Look at that man. I would trust that face. He knows what he's talking about. Genuinely, you are more than welcome to join. We'll have a fun old time. Oh, yes. Honestly, really, you know what? I think, what's in the guy's name in post says, Jean-Luc Harry. Okay, Harry, what's really going on is this. You are jealous, right? And boy, was I 100% on target on this, right? And again, you'll see this reaction, 100% on target. And it's so pathetic of what he's jealous about. You give it away by your responses in your in the thread, saying, he has no influence whatsoever. Dude. Here's what's going on. You are jealous of my pitifully small channel because your channel is marginally more pitifully small, and that's it. You should learn to be happy with what you have. I tell you, and if he does, his life will be so much better. Like, so much better. Again, what's destroying him? He's all twisted up in a knot because this insane ideology has been pumped into him, and he's miserable, right? He's absolutely, completely miserable and angry. I was very happy when I had 100 subscribers. I thought that was great. I was happy when I had 500, when I had 1,000, right? It didn't affect my happiness whatsoever. You clearly are raging, right? And it's my life, he says. I'm so irrelevant. Why did you go on this skeeve out about me, right? If what I say doesn't matter, then it wouldn't matter. But clearly it matters a lot to you. But again, it's not racist. I think you are. Sexist, yeah, okay, I could go along with that, but I think it's more of a friendly sexism, like as we saw in the Carry On movies, right? And life when we had Carry On movies was much better than life is now, quite frankly. So it's not sexist, not racist. You're just losers who don't have girlfriend, wives, or children, and so you subscribe. I think more accurately, they don't have healthy relationships with women, and they never had healthy relationships with women because, again, they're scared to go outside to a completely ridiculous non-theistic religion that makes no sense whatsoever, right? Again, go back in time to 2005 and say in 20 years now there's going to be racist monsters through the streets of London. So in 20 years from now we're going to have young children, right, cutting off their cock and balls, right, and that's going to be kind. they would say you're fucking crazy. So I think that standards have changed quite a lot, and not for the better, sadly. And because of the politics you espouse. Anyway, get in contact. You want to come on my channel? You're more than welcome. You are genuinely more than welcome. And boy, was I right about that. Right? Was I right about that? Because he took the cheese, right? He took the cheese and he gave me a 2-part video response, which I'm now going to respond to.
Know your implications of wage.
First, look at that angry little face. Okay, I've totally got under your skin. That's the first mistake that you show me. You're showing me I'm under your skin, right? And again, the reason I'm under your skin is because I'm more successful than you. And honestly, I'm more successful and I'm mocking you and your entire worldview, right? Well, okay, let's see what you got to say, Harry.
Even if I ignore your implications of wage genocide, having...
Of wage genocide? What? What's that again? Even ignore my implication. I wasn't implying anything. I was being very, 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 very clear.
Even if I ignore your implications of wage genocide, having...
What's wage genocide?
A British Indian woman stand in front of the Saudi Arabia flag.
It's a Hamas flag. I think that's the thing. They're all so fucking clueless and they think they know everything. But look at his raging little face. Yeah, no, it's a Hamas flag. Yeah, the people that you support, right? The people that your worldview supports. Those, yeah, it's a Hamas flag. It's not Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is quite a nice place. Saudi Arabia, oh my God, they treat you like kings. Look, far be it from me to advertise on the Saudi Arabian tourist board, but like the quality of hospitality you get in Saudi Arabia, it's nothing like you've ever seen before. It's fan-fucking-tastic. And also, I have to tell you, Islam, right? Islam is presented in such a great way in Saudi Arabia, right? You walk around and you go, this is an incredible religion, an incredible history. And they present, again, because, and that's why I'm able to walk around there as a Jew, right? Because there's no, what's the word I'm looking for? They don't feel slighted, right? They don't feel lesser, right? They're proud of their religion there in Saudi Arabia. So again, what's he raging about?
As if that represents her culture is inherently racist. Not
wait. So what's inherently racist?
As if that represents a British Indian woman stand in front of the Saudi Arabia flag.
It's not Saudi Arabia flag, all right? Again, look, dude. Yeah, just need. Hang on. That's the Hamas flag, right? Hamas flag. And again, how is it connected to this Indian? She's from 2025. The other one's from 2025. What has her being Indian got to do with it, right? But again, this guy, they can only see in terms of race because they're racist.
Presents her culture is inherently racist. No,
that your British culture now is it's perfectly okay to support Hamas, right, and support the mass rape, right, and to accuse Jews of genocide, and to bar Jews from universities, right, and to bar Jews and to make Jews feel scared to walk out in the streets. That is British culture in 2025, right?
Not only is it an incredibly weird overgeneralization of brown people.
Again, it's not brown people. I'm talking about you. Why are you saying again? I'm talking about you, Harry. And I'm not overly generalizing because I'm 100% on the money with you, aren't I?
But it creates the question of intent. One, you either see all brown people and their cultures as the same, or two, you wanted to create a narrative.
Again, how are they? Again, it's not about brown people, Harry. It's about you. Right? It's about you, your brain, and it is brainless. Your brainless worldview where you see somebody white and they must be bad. British culture must be terrible. Same as see somebody brown. Oh, what a virtuous person. Right? Why is it you support Hamas over Israel? Because you have bought into the Israel as evil white occupiers, taking land away from brown people. Right? Because you're completely clueless and you're a twat. Right? And that's essential. And you don't have the strength of character to see beyond your social circles.
Neither are good, by the way.
Whoa. Look at that jump cut. Look at that jump cut. So again, both your premises, right? It's entirely irrelevant that Verado see-through is not white. entirely irrelevant, right? I don't know why you think it is relevant, but it's entirely irrelevant that she's white, that she's not white.
Narrative. Neither are good, by the way. Also,
two jump cuts. What did he go and have a bit of a cry in between?
so yes, me, a loser who doesn't have a girlfriend.
Again, I didn't mean to be so on target, right? But dude, look, may I make a suggestion? And this is going to be and again, this is actually good advice to you, right? Go and do something altruistic. Go and volunteer at like an old age home, right? And like help the old people and like sit with them and visit with them, or go and visit with people who don't have visitors in hospitals, right? I don't think that. Do something that you don't like doing and push yourself out to do it, right? That makes you a happier, more virtuous person, which makes you, a more a confident person essentially, and a happier, more confident, which makes you. It's easier to get a girlfriend at that point, and you really need to, right? You really genuinely need to. Like, you're living this empty little. Like, look, was it your mum's bedroom? I have no idea.
Cool assumption from the guy who literally lusts over AI. You see,
again, one second. Here, lust over AI. I think. Yes, I lust. Yeah, obviously, I have lust. I am a human being, right? This is normal male heterosexuality, and it is. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, normal people think this is attractive, right? They're not real. So it's all pretend, mate. It's all pretend. Yeah, the AI. And again, I'm happily married. I've been happily married for 29 years. That's the only woman I've touched. Honestly, genuinely, I don't know. I was going to say not for a lack of options, but I never look for any other options. Right? I love my wife, and I'm very happy with my relationship with her. I don't understand, but again, the reason I think he's in such a bad place is because he doesn't have healthy, normative relationships with women, right? And that's because I don't think he likes himself very much, right? And I think that's essentially down to the culture he subscribes to.
My women to, I don't know, exist? You can call that.
Again, what do you mean your women? You don't have women. I don't have women. I have a wife. I have daughters. I have grown daughters. I have daughters-in-law, right? I have relationships with them. They're real, right? They're real people. This is pretend. This isn't real, right? This isn't real. Okay, well, let's keep going.
But what can I say? I know my worth. Unlike you, who's
no, that's the thing. You think you know your worth, and the trouble is you're not worth as much as you want to be, right? You have a channel here again. I said this earlier, but this is so true. Where is this channel? Bless his little heart. Now, firstly, here. He desperately wants to be some kind of media personality. One second, share screen. Share screen over here. So this is his Twitter profile, right? Again, like, look at it's like all posed and like, oh, I want to be somebody. Oh, I want to be a personality so bad. And then I looked, he's got a link tree. Dude. I'm just gonna lose up. He really is. Yeah. But then I was like, okay, let's look at his YouTube channel, right? Click on it. And he's got 1.6 thousand subscribers. Now again, 1.6 thousand subscribers is great. You should enjoy it. You should love it. Honestly, you should be really, really happy with it. But then I look down at his videos and he gets like a couple of hundred views here, 600 there. And then he's got one that gets 31,000 views. You know what that means, right? It means you paid for those views, right? That's what, and how pathetic. And he gets dressed up in all his videos. But the bottom line is this. Harry, you're not an entertaining person. You're a bit of a twat. That's why your channel isn't doing as well as mine, and mine's not doing great. And I don't give a shit. Right? I enjoy this. Right? This is pleasurable for me. Right? For you, it's your fucking life.
Still jacking off to your Ruby Sunday figure.
The desexifying of here, and then he goes into this weird, like showing the best parts of my channel, which again to show how evil I am. Yeah, jacking off to Ruby. Firstly, if I'm jacking off to any figures, it'll be my Perry figures. Thank you very much. Why? I'll show you why. I'll show you why, Harry. Because I don't get to have one Perry figure, and I wish I had the third one. I really regret not getting the 2 Doctor one. I have 2 Perry figures. Oh, what's going to happen with it? No, Perry, no. Oh, no, don't do that. Oh, wait, my God. Yeah, that's. I'm not jacking off. I'm married. I have sex with my wife. Like a normal fucking person, right? He's like, oh, my bed's shaped like a race car. What about yours? My bed's shaped like a big bed. The desexifying of Millie Gibson is baffling. Like, I still stand by this. Why hire an insanely beautiful woman who's a fantastic actress as well, and essentially put her in a burqa? Like, well, again, why can't they go to a space casino, right? I mean, have her dress up nice. Yeah, why not? Again, this is an advertisement for my channel, you twat. And like, why not give young? But what again? Why is he so terrified of normative heterosexual expressions of normative heterosexuality? I don't think it's because he's so super healthy. Young boys, some spank back material.
Then we get to your next point.
Yeah, young boys masturbate. That happens. And I think you too as well, right? But again, so let's just recap. You said this thumbnail is racist because it has a brown person on it. Or maybe it's because it has a brown and a white person on it. And there's no way of putting a brown and white person on something together without it being a comment on on their racial identity. I don't give a shit about their racial identity. I do think Veranda Caesar, who I think is a very good actress, I think she was great in Boom, right? And I think she's going to be great in the series. I think Shooty Gat was shit. I think Shooty Gat can only play super gay, right? But I think she was cast because she wasn't white. Yeah, because it's not about brown people, Harry. It's about you, right? It's about you, your worldview, and you just being a...
That makes no sense because your entire thumbnail is doing the exact thing you're accusing me of.
Okay, see how I'm just under his skin I am. Let's go back again. Okay, I agree with myself there. I think I said something, right and proper. Yes, I know. Oh, the objectification of Millie Gibson. Yeah, women like to look hot. I don't understand why you don't know that. Women like to be lusted after, but not in a creepy method, not in a creepy way where you follow them from the tube. No. Women like it when you say, you look fantastic, right? And she does. I mean, I don't know. Women generally like it when you say that.
Then we get to your next point that makes no sense because...
No sense to you because you're a moron.
Your entire thumbnail is doing the exact thing you're accusing me of. You can't...
Yeah, you say this racist because there's a brown person on it, right? Again, connect those dots, right? Any representation of somebody not white is therefore racist.
Sit there and say that you see everyone equally when 90% of your channel is creating dividers and objectifying those of the opposite sex.
I divide against people like you, right? Because I think your worldview is truly destructive. And again, it's literally turned England into a shithole, right? Women cannot walk the streets safely anymore. Jews cannot walk the streets safely anymore. There is rainbows painted fucking everywhere. Most people are not up for this weird... I mean, okay, I'm fine with somebody being trans. Be trans as much as you like, right? I think it's a kink rather than an identity. And I think it's deeply inappropriate to put your to publicly enact your kinks, as we see in gay pride after pride parade after pride parade after pride parade, right? It's so I'll pull up an example. Hang on. Okay. Just one, example of pride. Yeah, this is a lowering of if you went back to 2005 and said this was normal, right? This perversion, which is what it is. This perversion is normal, and they will go, "You are." This is how you've destroyed your idiot politics has failed and destroyed the world.
If you saw everyone equally, you wouldn't have your big white people are different to brown people poster.
Okay, it's not white people. Again, that's how you see it because you're a racist, right? They're not different. How are they different? What's the difference? Again, and how do I espouse that in the poster? What is the difference between them? I mean, obviously there's cultural differences, but who cares, right? Right? What is this bizarre difference that you? But again, you just see a white person and a brown person go, "Oh, what is this? What is this? What is it?" Because you're a fucking moron and a racist.
Would you? You can't just pull
I love how he does the jump cuts. Again, he just goes and has a bit of a cry in between.
out the reverse card at any situation that suits you. That's not how this works. Even if I ignore your implications.
I explained to you how it worked, right? I explained it that it has zero relevance that Varada Sifu isn't white. The only person who put relevance onto it is you. Why do you do that? And I'm saying I put no relevance onto it. You did. That's not reversing. That's asking you to explain yourself, which you're failing to do, right? Massively.
Different to brown people poster. Would you? You can't just pull out the reverse card at any situation that suits you.
It's not the reverse card. I'm saying you're full of shit.
That's not how this works.
Okay, so then he posts a follow-up video, again, which makes me look fantastic. But, dude, can you go and buy and get a proper account at Twitter? Right? If you think about like it's what $10 a month, and you can post your full video. But you don't have a job. You know how I know he doesn't have a job? Because he spent hours making this video, as you're about to see. All right. You won't do it. So here's the second point, which I am genuinely going to use as a promo video for this channel.
I love this response so much. I call out one thumbnail and you start going through the anti-woke checklist. Oh,
anti-woke checklist. No, I'm saying you are full of shit. Your worldview is full of shit. You pulled up this thumbnail to get clicks, and the only reason was to get clicks, right? There is no moral outrage there whatsoever that can be genuine, as evidenced by your support of racism. How is that confusing to you? You see a brown person, you go, "Oh, that must be racist." How is this confusing to you?
What about trans people and gay people and genocide? And about you, fuck off.
Okay, so look at him. Again, dude, you look so fucked off through this whole video. No, you gotta be more relaxed. And again, you'll probably get a girlfriend if you were. What about trans people and gay people and genocide?
And about you, fuck off. I don't know, man.
So I see you have no answer to it. Firstly, that was none of the arguments I made, and you have no answer whatsoever, right?
And maybe saying, well, Israel weren't as bad as these other horrific people.
No. Israel's good. I'm not saying we're not as bad. We're saying we're better than you. We're better than you, and you accuse us of genocide fucking constantly. You accuse us, again, it's the most traditional form of anti-Semitism. It's called blood libels, right? We are not as bad. We are qualitatively superior to you in every fucking way, especially England. Fuck me. You know, it doesn't take much to be superior to fucking England right now. Well, what the hell are you talking about? No, we're not so bad. No, you are losers, and you have no right to speak because you're morally inferior on an objective level. Again, how many people does your country kill to take out one enemy combatant? It's between 4 and 8. And you cry and you scream like bitches at Israel, who have the lowest civilian casualties. And why do we have the lowest civilian casualties? It's because we fucking leaflet them and tell them we're about to attack them. Please leave. God, no one has this level of rules of engagement, right? Yeah. So again, your little side thing trying to brush off your inherent racism, which is objective, right? Didn't really work. They did it for you.
Isn't your strongest case having
yeah, no, I made my case. It's much better. I just destroyed you, didn't I?
Seen this response? It's just a bit sad. Like,
yeah, no, now you're projecting again. Look, dude, your life's in the shitter. You're probably in your mum's bedroom right now. You don't have any stable relationships with women, right? Your life is awful. And by the way, the life is awful because of your insane, stupid politics. And trust me, by the time you're not going to trust me, by the time you're my age, rather than living in a house right, which I do, which I paid for because I have a job, you're going to be living in a trailer if you're lucky, because the economics of your politics are coming to make your life miserable, right? That's what's happening. That's why America is turning itself around so bloody quickly.
At the end of the day, most of these people you're going after don't...
I'm not going after anyone. Who am I going after? I'm going after you, right? Literally, and not just you, not you, your worldview, right? That's really it. I'm not going after anybody, you, right? Which is why you're spurging out.
Exist. No one has a problem with heterosexual people being in Doctor Who.
No, that's not the issue. Okay, let me, I'll help you explain. Let's say instead of queer ideology, you had Nazi ideology, right? And then you go, well, look, there's only a bit of Nazi ideology in a couple of episodes. No, the whole thing, Doctor Who, maybe this will help you understand, used to be we could all sit around and watch it together, right? Castrovalva, Gridlock, you name it, right? You always used to be able to sit around and watch it. And now, if you started watching the Rusty Davies's second era and you're a Christian, for example, which obviously I'm not, right? And you're a Christian, you're not going to be able to watch it, right? It's full of things that you feel are deeply morally wrong. I don't think Yasmin Finney is a girl, and I think it's immoral for the BBC to promote that gender is the anti-science position that gender is fluid, right? I think it's deeply immoral, right? And I wouldn't watch that with my kids or my grandkids. I have grandkids yet, but I wouldn't do it. Whereas I would have no trouble watching anything prior to 2017. That's not being inclusive. That's again. So you've shunned all the religious Christians, all the religious Muslims, and all the religious Jews, right? So you could, so people like you could feel like you're virtuous. That's not inclusive, right? That's the opposite of inclusive.
In fact, there are still plenty of them in there. Plenty of straight white men that you can relate to in the show.
No. Again. Imagine instead of queer ideology, it's Nazi ideology. How much of that do you want in, right? I remember what was that thing? Speaking of that, like I got somewhat a few years ago. I have a relative that works in Washington, and so they're inherently left wing, right? And we're talking about transgender surgeries on children, and they go, "You people bring that up all the time." I'm like, well, how many of it is acceptable? How about this? How many lynchings of black people is acceptable? I would say 0, right? Absolutely, completely 0, right? Oh, they just wanted to. Again, we used to all be able to live together and watch Doctor Who together. We can't do that anymore because the ideology that goes through the entirety of Doctor Who is genuinely offensive to a massive swathe of people, right? Millions upon millions upon probably tens of millions, more than that. And I get this is probably why it's doing so badly.
But oh no, 2 men kiss. Just what are you?
Yeah, exactly. I'm sitting there with my grandkid, and 2 men are kissing. My kid's going, "What the fuck's that?" Right? I'm like, firstly, clean your mouth, that kid, right? And the kid's going to be like, I'm 47. Well, okay, this must be way in the future. But no, exactly. People don't want to have conversations with it like this with their children. And that's not saying trans people don't exist, gay people don't, whatever. People don't want to have a conversation about adult sexuality with their 5-fucking-year-olds, right? It's really not complicated. And this is why your position is universally what's the word I'm looking for? Is universally supported and by people without children.
Doing here, man. I've seen your views. You can't be making much if
I'm making 0. My money's not. My channel isn't monetized, right? I have a job. I do this because I like it, right? I do this because I like to see the truth, and people like hearing it too.
If anything from this grift.
Again, they also a grift. No, it was a grift when you took my thumbnail and called it racist and you put it on Twitter to get clicks. That's a grift, right? And it's a sad grift because you're desperate. You're desperate to have what I have that I don't give 2 shits about, right? Hey, really? I got a channel like 4,000 on subscribers. Who gives a shit? I like that. I like them. I'll talk to 40,000. I'll talk to 100,000. I'll talk to 20. I don't care, right? I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing it because I like it. Again, and I think your worldview is intently evil and needs to be mocked and ridiculed and opposed in every way, shape, and form.
So why don't you go spend some time with your wife and kids?
I just did, right? I literally just did. I would ask you the same, but the chance of you having kids is pretty darn low at this point.
Symbols.
Symbol? What's that? Okay, this is why your channel doesn't work. It's boring and makes no sense. So then, again, I got to thank him for this. This is awesome. And I'm going to use this as a for my channel.
Symbols.
Catherine, darling. I say this on the short, but absolutely, Catherine Tate is the most shaggable of the modern era companion. Now, I think I stand by that, right? I think she's the one I find most desirable, right? I think sex with her would be the best. Why does that scare you so much, Harry? Why does that bother you? Okay, I'm not going to sleep with her for many reasons. One, she's not offering. Two, she's not here. Two, she's not here and offering. Three, she's not here and offering. Four, I'm married. Five, I'm super religious and Jewish. Six, she's not Jewish. She's what we call a bit of a shiksa. Right? There's so many reasons why I'm not. However, I can still say, oh, yeah, I bet she's great in bed. Because I bet she is. I'm expecting Millie Gibson to beat around. I noticed that he's not. I have. I don't know. Who would I rather sleep with? Millie Gibson or Catherine Tate? I don't know. It's a hard question, right? It's a hard question. I would like to say a threesome, but I don't know, one after the other. What's this thing? Who is this guy I'm showing on screen? White. So, Yeah, again, why is any mention of somebody's skin color instantly derogatory? These are the. I find this hilarious. I noticed that he's not white. Okay, why does he find heterosexuality so disturbing? I think it's because you don't have healthy relations with women. So, fuck off! Yeah, fuck off with your weird shit constantly. Shooty, I was on board for you. I thought you'll be good. I thought this era would work. And I was wrong. I was crushingly wrong. Right? You're just, it's like Zoolander as Doctor Who. You're a twat. Fuck me. Just put a fucking normal pair of clothes for once in your fucking life. Oh, and again, this is my new promo for the channel. Be fucking normal for 5 fucking seconds. I want to point something. Think of the work he went to source all of these clips. It's incredible, isn't it? Right? Hours upon hours he must have spent on this. And I think that indicates he doesn't have a job. Millie, God, you got out of this one in the nick of time. Again, yeah, she did. She did get out of it in the nick of time. Exactly. Her career is demonstrably better from being away from the shit show that is the queer era of Doctor Who. And again, I think she was pretty much fired because she was too white and too straight. Woman, I'm sure, just not attractive. These two doctors, she's not. Again, she's going to be nobody's masturbatory fantasy who doesn't have, like, a bit of a weird kink going on, right? And again, why is this so disturbing? I agree with me completely, and I'm happy for people to see this. Let's see what's got to say about this one. These two Dr. Light episodes have shown how Shooty Catwood is a massive detriment to this production of Doctor Who, right? He is the worst thing on screen. I think, again, what's wrong with that? How is that opinion unacceptable? He is shit playing Doctor Who. He is a one-note actor. He can only play super gay unless he's an extra, which he basically was in Barbie, where he was super gay. And what's the other show? Masters of the Air, right? He's either super gay or an extra. He has no acting range whatsoever. my God. And, look, if it's important for you to cast a black actor as Doctor Who, which I actually can hear, right? I think the argument that is a reasonably strong one and probably should have happened in the 80s. My vote would have been Derek Griffiths instead of Colin Baker, right? I like Colin Baker a lot. But yeah, okay, I do hear the argument. Why not go with somebody who can act? There's so fucking many of them. Adrian Lester, Patterson Joseph. I like, was it Hamish Patel? I thought he'll be great. Oh, but no, we got to go with the super queer Doctor Who, which nobody likes. That she's been catapulted to fame because she's reasonably funny and she's fat, right? Yeah, that's 100%. And again, the fact that each one of these outrages this guy means I'm 100% on target and correct. But again, look at the work he's done for me. It's fantastic. I think her being fat makes people feel good about themselves that they put them in their TV shows. Yeah, I'm fine that you find this fine. I don't. And most of the world doesn't. We don't. We don't. We're not into men in dresses twirling around. We're not. If men want to put on dresses and twirl around, go ahead. Just stop pretending it's normative sexuality. It's not. Most will find it unsettling and weird, right? Fuck off. The woke mind virus has got you, baby. Why were you not cut off before baby? Because saying baby makes it funny. I know. Like, okay, again, thank you for the work you put in. It's hilarious. Oops, sorry, wrong button. Thank you for the work you put in. It's absolutely hilarious. Like, I don't know. I think you can turn your life around. I think you can make things better, right? You don't have to be. Things don't have to be so bad. It could be okay. No. Okay then. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.